me about the moment that you guys knew that you made playoffs.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. All the boys, it's kind of a sigh of relief knowing that first time in 5 years that the team's been in the playoffs. So we're all pretty pumped up about that. But it's just we're in, but now we got to do some damage.
As someone who knows what it's like playing the postseason, what do you feel like you can share knowledge-wise with the team?
Yeah, there's scenarios where it's been there, done that. We were in last year's series where you're down 3-1. So adversity and come with a positive mindset every day because you never know what can happen.
So in these final 2 games of the season, I know you guys wanted to win, but what else do you want to see from them?
Yeah, obviously build off them. Obviously this past weekend we had 2 big wins for our team. Hopefully we want to build off that for these next 2 games and then continue that into the playoffs, right? So it's going to be a fun time, but it's definitely very exciting.
What was it like to get the win against Saskatoon when that could be a potential playoff matchup?
Yeah, we've won, I think, 2 of the last 3 games against them, so we're trending in the right direction right now. And going into playoffs knowing that we're probably going to end up playing them, that's big for the team. Lots of, I guess you could say, momentum for us.
I know you probably, like you said, Saskatoon's pretty high probability that you'll play them, but I know you're only 4 points behind Lethbridge. Granted, they have a game in hand, but you just never know with their final 3 games and your final 2. What would it mean to kind of move ahead of them in the standings still?
Yeah, that'd be big. Obviously, they're 4 points ahead, and we only got 2 games left. So, I mean, it's possible, but to catch them, that would be big. It's possible, but it's a little bit of a reach for right now.
Never say never.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about just, I know Brett already mentioned the win on Sunday, but just as a whole, overall, 2 bounce-back wins, 2 bounce-back performances following a really tough 9-5 loss on Friday night. How big was that aspect of things, given that you guys unfortunately lost 9-5 on Friday?
Yeah, it shows what our team's made of. We've had some rough stretches throughout the year, as every team would throughout a season. So that was big for our team, knowing that we beat them the next night, and then the night after, in a 3-3, we ended up beating Saskatoon, who's more than likely going to be our first-round matchup. So it means a lot to our team and shows what we're made of.
I know 3-3 stretches and 4-5 stretches like you guys just had can be somewhat daunting, but it seems like it has not been daunting to this team. What does that say about this group and just the adversity that you guys have been able to overcome? Because you guys have played a lot of 3-3s and 4-5s this year, and for some reason you guys have come out on the winning side rather than not.
Yeah, we've managed to battle through adversity throughout all times this year. There's been games where it's been tough and we've battled through it. But it just shows, like I said, what this team is made of. You got a lot of guys that aren't going to quit. And, 4-5 or 3-3, those are not easy games, and you got to buy in to sometimes win those. So, yeah, it was a big weekend.
And I know you spoke about it after the game on Saturday night, but just maybe reiterate how happy you are to be with your hometown team and heading to the playoffs. Because last time this team was in the playoffs, you were watching from the stands.
Yeah, it's definitely really exciting. Last time I seen the Pats in the playoffs, I was a fan. So I definitely got a different perspective now going into it than I would have 5 years ago. But it's an exciting time for our team. We know we could do some damage, so we're looking forward to it.
Okay, you were with Brandon before, right?
Yeah.
And so you made the playoffs when you played with Brandon?
Yeah, last year.
Okay, so what's that like, having some postseason experience that you can bring over this team?
Yeah, I think it's definitely massive. We have a couple of younger guys who haven't gotten that experience yet. So just to be a voice in the room and to be an older guy and just help guys and progressing in the playoffs here, I think it's massive that we have some experience. Tanner Brown, also an older 20-year-old on this team, he's gone pretty deep in playoffs, so helps to have that as well.
And so the moment you guys clinched, what did that feel like?
Oh, it's awesome. It's everyone's goal, and to finally have confirmation that we're going to be in playoffs, it's phenomenal.
And beating Saskatoon this past weekend, what do you think that did for the team's confidence?
Oh, it's massive. It's a potential playoff matchup, so it definitely plays a factor in how we match up against them going into playoffs. You win a couple games going in there, and being the lower seed in that potential matchup kind of puts a foot in the door, and that we're looking to do some damage in playoffs.
And so now that you've clinched and you guys have 2 games remain. What are you hoping to accomplish in these 2 games?
I think we just got to build towards playoffs. It's not a matter of winning and losing right now. It's playing the right way of how we want to continue into playoffs. John's been preaching, doing all the small things that we need to do to help our team succeed. So I think if we just focus on those small details, we'll build the right way heading into playoffs.
Yeah, I was saying to Sam, it's kind of an unlikely situation, but you guys are only 4 points behind Lethbridge. They do have a game at hand right now, but if, let's say, they lose all their final 3 and you won your final 2,
yeah,
like that could move you up. What would that be like?
Oh yeah, it'd be special. We most likely play Moose Jaw, my former team, and travel's a lot different. But I think no matter who we play, we're going to make some damage and create some waves. So that's everyone's goal right now. So not too worried about our matchup right now. Just how we're going to be playing.
And so the moment you clinched, was that when somebody was like, we should shave our heads?
Yeah, I guess so. Everyone tries to do something for playoffs, I guess. So we're gonna get some nice haircuts, or hopefully nice haircuts.
Even the rookies?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially?
Yeah.
Connor, talk to me about the moment that you guys clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah, it was exciting to finally have that confirmation that we're in, and for a lot of us is kind of our first experience of knowing that we're in. Obviously, with last year, this disappointment of not making it, and to come back this year and get in was pretty exciting.
And the win against Saskatoon, what did that do for this team?
Yeah, it was big. I think obviously they're one of the top teams in the league, and it's probably who we're going to play in playoffs. So just kind of realization of the ability to beat them, and how if we do end up getting them in a series, how competitive that series will be. And they're a good team, like I said, so it was nice to win that one.
Especially in front of that crowd. I mean, I know you're no stranger to big crowds, but what was it like there?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. They can obviously hold a lot of people, and it was exciting and loud in there. So the boys kind of have thrived off that, I think, and enjoy that.
When talking to Rema Janelle there, they have postseason experience, so they were saying they kind of provide some knowledge for some of the guys who've never played in the playoffs. Do you think that's essential?
Yeah, for sure. I think we have a few guys here, Brownie as well, that have gone in the playoffs, and obviously Sam to the finals last year, Brownie to the conference finals, and Jins was there as well in the playoffs. So those guys are pretty key to kind of teaching us a little bit about it. And I think when the games are getting tough and everything, guys that have been there and have that experience will be pretty important.
What's been the message for the final 2 games here of the regular season now?
Yeah, just continue to build. I mean, obviously you want to get the 4 points this weekend, but we're still trying to improve our game and just kind of correct little things. And I think it's good that we clinch and we kind of we don't know our spot fully, but we kind of know where we should be. And I think for us these last 2 games, it's good to learn even more and kind of correct a lot of mistakes.
As the season winds down, what are the emotions amongst the dressing room right now?
Yeah, it just feels like it went by so fast. I mean, obviously it's a lot of games, but it goes by in the split second. So it's pretty crazy to think about that this is our last weekend of the regular season, and it's exciting as well to get playoffs going. But I think for us it's just weird that it went by that fast, and we had a lot of fun here for sure.
Well, your World Junior experience does essentially help you head into the playoffs because you know how to play that playoff style hockey game you did at the World Juniors, right?
Yeah, for sure. Me and Stan have kind of talked about that, those elimination games and stuff, and we talked about that final game. It was pretty simple hockey, and I think just being able to experience those, obviously for me a few times now, has been great, and I think could help myself, and obviously giving advice to guys going into the playoffs.
And I guess we just obviously spoke with Sam, Jin. There's a lot of other players that deserve a lot of credit on this team. How important has those performances been to this group? Even Barney scoring the other night, Zane Rowan, how he's played despite obviously not getting on the score sheet. It seems like everybody's kind of buying in at the right time of the year, right?
Yeah, for sure. These guys have been playing well all year, and I think everyone's been improving their game even more. And we've had so much depth all year, and it's been exciting to see these guys get on the score sheet and stuff, obviously. And it seems like they're getting big goals too. It's not kind of at the end of the game or whatever. It's big goals that we need, and they're really providing for us. And everyone seems to be kind of going right now, and hopefully we can keep that going in the playoffs.
And it seems like both goaltenders are going as well, right? Drew Sim had a really good game on Saturday, and Kelton Pine was, to me, probably his best performance on Sunday, right?
For sure, yeah, he had 40-some saves and first star, obviously, so that was really good to see. And you know, obviously Simmer's done what he's done all year, so both of them have been so good for us, and we have so much trust and faith in them when they're in the net. So it makes our jobs a lot easier.